All right, everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. Today, we are going to be discussing the best form of passive income, what it is, how to use it, why I believe it is the best. But before we get into that, please go ahead and hit the like button down below. It's free, just like this form of passive income. Costs you nothing, helps me out. I really do appreciate it. Also, at any point during this video, comment what credit card you have. This is going to be the topic of today's video. Also, hit subscribe so you can find out when every single video comes out. Just got to hit the bell right next to the subscription button. Without further ado, the best form of passive income: a cashback credit card. Yes, you heard it here first. A cashback credit card, in my personal and humble opinion, is the absolute best way to generate passive income. Let's dive into why. First things first, a couple of things easy to grab right off the top. We have to buy things. It is pretty much essential that we make purchases in today's world. If you can go your whole life without buying anything, I applaud you. That means you're living in the woods in the middle of nowhere. But I really do think everybody has to buy things. Also, a couple easy other things here. It's easy to sign up for them, and there's really no thought required when making a purchase, no extra additional thing you have to do. You just have to go through life and buy things. Now, the nitty-gritty, let's dive into it. It can be used to buy more passive income via dividend stocks. You can also, of course, set up a business using cashback, fund your business using cashback, buy REITs using cashback. If you could get enough cashback, you could put out a down payment on a real estate property. You could buy real estate, whatever you want to do. But really, what we're going to focus on here is the infinite passive income loop that is generated when using passive income to buy dividend stocks. Let's take a look at it. All right, here it is. Let me make myself smaller and move myself out of the way. The infinite passive income loop, this is how it works. You need food, you need gas, you need clothes, and you have to pay the bills. You also, of course, you might want to go to a restaurant, get a laptop, get some supplies for your house or apartment, and you want to subscribe to some things online. Netflix, Hulu, Canva, YouTube Premium, whatever it might be. So you take your credit card, your cashback credit card, and you make a purchase. Then the credit card company will issue you some cash back to your account, and of course you're going to take that and buy a dividend-paying stock. The dividend-paying stock will pay you a dividend. You're, of course, because you watch Financial Friends, going to have it set to DRIP, or to the dividend reinvestment plan, where your dividend is not paid out to you, but is instead reinvested back into the company or ETF that paid it to you in the first place. This is going to continuously happen and build compound interest. All the meanwhile, you are funding this funnel or fueling or filling this funnel by purchasing more food, gas, clothes, bills, restaurant, laptops, home supplies, and subscriptions because you need to. You have to survive. And so this loop will continue to happen over and over and over again. And if you keep on funding the dividend stock, those dividend payments are going to get larger and they are going to compound and grow even faster. So let's go ahead. Let's head over to the compound interest calculator. You know I love to use that thing, and let's do some analyzing. So the average American, of course, this is roughly, I'm using very broad, basic, easy to find numbers on Google, $5,000 a year on groceries. I also decided to select gas, about $5,000 on gas. Now, of course, with gas being as expensive as it is, this number was not as high a couple of years ago, but it is around $5,000, so CNBC says now. So let's go ahead and plug that into the calculator. We're going to assume no prior investments, and if we get 2% back on $10,000 a year, here's my calculator, we're going to go ahead and multiply by that 2% number. That's an average cash back on a credit card. We're going to see we get $200 a year. We're going to divide that by the 12 months out of the year, get $16.66. So our monthly contribution will, of course, be $16. Let's assume we do this our whole adult lives, about 40 years or so, and assume we're investing maybe in the S&P 500, where the average return is about 7%. Now, mind you, this is not including any dividends paid nor dividends reinvested. This is strictly the capital appreciation of you putting in your cash back from your credit card into an ETF that invests in the top 500 companies in the world. You will now have $38,000. And you know what the cost to you was? Big fat zero. Why? Well, you were going to buy the food, you were going to buy the things at the restaurant, you were going to get the laptop, pay for the gas. Anyways, you shouldn't be going out of your way to fund this loop. That would actually defeat the purpose of it. So it's also free because every card that you get should be, this is my personal opinion here, no annual fee. Unless you're a credit card guru or you know you can extract all of the value from some fee that you pay to acquire a credit card, it would be in your best interest to not pay an annual fee, right? We're trying to fund the passive income loop. But you can also optimize your credit card setup for you. Not for anybody else, but for you. Let me show you how you do that. Here is my personal credit card setup. I have the Discover It card, the SoFi card, and the Freedom Unlimited from Chase. Now, each of these cards does something different. The Discover It gives me 5% back in some specific category that changes every 3 months. It, of course, has a bunch of stipulations, like a maximum of $1,500 spent. We're not going to get into that. I have a whole credit card setup video. If you want to check that out, it will be up in the top right. Click on that after you watch this video. So, continuing on. 5% back on that rotating category, 1% back everywhere else. The Freedom Unlimited, because I'm a high spender at restaurants, gives me 3% back at restaurants and also 3% back on drugstores and 1.5% back everywhere else. Now the SoFi card fills that gap. If it's not a 5% back category, if it's not a 3% restaurant or drugstore, I am going to get 2% back no matter what. And so I can optimize the setup for groceries, for gas, for business payments, whatever I want. There are cards out there that you can find that are no annual fee that will optimize for you, the specific individual. So, of course, as we're feeding that loop, as we're living life, there are going to be some caveats to all of this. Now, your credit card might be best optimized for cash back that is then redeemed via travel. Or you might just be a normal human and you want to go visit some pretty cool places. We, of course, don't assume that every single penny is always going to be optimized and funded back into that infinite passive income loop because we are human beings and we want to go do other things. And so for that reason, if you can implement half of this, if you can further optimize, maybe a credit card gives you a cashback bonus for spending a certain amount once you first open the card. That is a perfect way to kind of hop over this or to use that cash back for the vacation instead of your everyday spend. Whatever it might be, that is a big caveat. The other one is paying bills. A lot of times paying bills for whatever reason, the companies or even tuition, I am a student, so tuition does the same thing, they will charge you a fee. 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, 2%, 2.5% fee for using your credit card. Of course, in this instance, if the cash back from that charge is not going to pay you back or more, it doesn't make sense to then make that purchase with your credit card, and it might be better to pay in cash, to do a wire transfer, whatever it might be, but we don't want to be getting gypped of our cash back by a 2.5% fee on bills. So, I hope this video made sense to you. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. There will be an entire video on the infinite passive income loop because remember I said that didn't even include the dividends we were receiving in our $38,000 or so calculation. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to run the numbers for us so we can really find out how we can truly optimize this infinite passive income loop. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to stick around. There's a ton of content here on YouTube you could check out. Make sure to hit subscribe. Also check out the TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter for Financial Friends, posting content over on all 3 platforms every single day. As I mentioned, hit subscribe, comment any questions, hit that like button down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.